Hey, what's up guys, it's me, Dr. Ko. Today I've got a couple friends with me. We're going to show you a little bit about the RockBlades and show them how we use them and what they look like. This is Dr. Will.
Hey guys.
He works at
Premier Spine and Sport, and my personal brand is going to be Promoveo.
Right here we have Nathan.
What's going on?
He's currently a chiropractic student going through Palmer College of Chiropractic, West Campus. And what quarter are you in?
8th quarter right now, finishing up my 2nd year.
Cool. Finishing up his 2nd year, so he's going to be a doc very, very soon. So today we're going to show you a bit of the tools. Let's get going. All right, let's go. Let's do this. So here we have the box. The kit comes in a box, just like this, really sleek looking, very clean. We're going to go ahead and open that for you. Would you like to go?
Absolutely. Bam!
Immediately you see the two awesome tools right here. The first thing you notice, you're going to have the stainless steel silver one, and you have a plastic black one. The stainless steel one is called the mallet. The mallet was named the mallet because way back when, the tool of choice in any situation, whether you're building something, you're deconstructing something, was a mallet. Here you have the mullet, and Will's going to tell you a little bit about the mullet.
So the mullet here is your lightweight tool. It's plastic, so you can just grab and go anywhere you need to go. And the cool feature is the little bottle opener, so at the end of the event, you just need to crack open a beer, you're ready to go. Alright guys, we're going to get started with the first tool here. It's the stainless steel one. It's called the mallet. It's pretty much your everyday hammer for in-office use. One cool feature about this is the nice heavy weight to the tool. It's great for the practitioner, so he doesn't have to use a lot of force when he starts doing the treatment. Another cool feature is the two different beveled edges on it. There's a sharp edge and then there's a dull edge. According to RockTape, the sharp edge is where you start scanning through a region or an area on your patient to help you feel the different tones and the bumps and bruises through the tissue. And then the treatment side is going to be the dull side. So with Nathan here, we're going to start working on his IT band. So Nathan, have you lay on your side there? For this, we're going to use the rock sauce during the treatment protocol. So, with the sharp side, we're just going to lightly just go through, and you're just going to feel for where all the bumps and the different scar tissue that is underneath your tool here. Alright, so he has a little bit tightness through closer to the knee here. So we're just going to go in there and we're just going to work it out. So with some rock sauce, and I'm going to use the dull edge on this side. And if you take a closer look to the edge or the tool, you're going to notice a couple thumb spots for you. So it's a really cool tool where you can kind of hold it like this and just let the weight of the tool do the work for you.
Okay, so I'm going to introduce the mullet. The mullet is the black plastic tool by RockTape, and the cool thing about it carries the same features. Obviously it's a little bit lighter than the mallet, but the cool features on this includes a bottle opener. It's called the mullet because it's business on the front, party in the back. Most dogs go on field with a CrossFit team or whatever, and sometimes, you know, after you finish working a hard day's work, it's time to celebrate. What's better to do that than crack it open a nice cold beverage? Now, I won't be using the mullet here for this application, but I want to be showing you guys how I use the mallet on Nathan's calves. So I get a lot of runners and athletes in my office, and the number one thing I look at is how tight calves are. And just looking at Nathan's calves, they're pretty tight. You can feel that there's some adhesions, and that's pretty tender right in there, huh?
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay. So one thing that Will didn't talk about, and I thought was a really cool thing, was I can actually hold the tool and have my hands open. I can feel the muscle, and I can go in there and start treating. Again, I can open it again my hands. I never have to put the tool down. I don't have to worry about dropping or letting the tool fly somewhere. It's always in control. So I'm going to start using the little bit sharper side to scan, just to find sites of adhesion where collagen fibers were laid down, and that's basically where the tightness originates. So on what we call the lateral side of Nathan's calf, on the gastrocnemius, there's a little bit of adhesions there. I'm going to check out the medial side. Not too bad, except when you get closer to the knee. So I feel like you might have a little bit of knee tightness or knee pain problems, just because that's the general theme today. But again, I'm gonna be using the rock sauce as an emollient, and we'll just go ahead and start treating that. My treatment protocol uses static and active. We're gonna start in the static position and we're gonna change them around and have them use that calf in a different position as part of the treatment. So what I'm doing here is I'm hooking my fingers into the tool and using the weight of the tool, very light pressure. How's that feel for you?
No, it feels good. Yeah.
Okay. And someone might ask, am I at 90 degrees, am I at 45, am I at less? It really depends. You know, the more straight to perpendicular you are, closer to perpendicular you are, the deeper it goes, a little bit more aggressive. You get a little bit flatter, that's a less aggressive, but it all works the same. There's no one general rule for all patients. What works for your patient and what works for you. Okay, now we have him in a stretch position. So Nathan, I'm gonna have you bring your heels down and put that calf on stretch. From here, you know, we went from a static position to a more dynamic because right now he's got load on it, on his muscle, and he's stretching it still. From here, Nathan, I'm gonna have you raise your heel up and contract that muscle. You can put your hand on my shoulder if you need it. And slowly I'm gonna have you cycle on a count of 3 down and then count of 3 up. Ready? Go. Again, I'm using the natural contours of the tool to get in on the calf muscle and work on as much surface area as possible. Okay, so now we just finished the static and the active treatment. What I'd like to do is stimulate the proprioception in that muscle, give it a little bit of a lift, decrease the swelling and edema, and flush out a lot of that lactic acid and toxic, not toxic, but rather the toxins in those muscles, and just allow that circulation to work better. What better way to do that after using RockBlades would be to use RockTape. So what I'm gonna do here, and I'm just gonna give you a quick note on why I prefer using rock sauce as an emollient. Not only is it a topical analgesic, it also preps the skin and helps stick longer and better. So first thing what I'm gonna have you do, Nathan, I'm gonna have you straighten out your leg for me, and I'm gonna have you bring your toes towards your head. There you go, just put that muscle on stretch. From here, making sure I don't touch the tape, I'm gonna anchor it close to the Achilles tendon. No stretch. Straighten out the tape and just lay it down in the middle of the calf. For the decompression shot, I'm going to find the spot that's a little bit tighter or maybe more pain, probably right in this area here. And right?
Yeah, that's definitely the worst spot.
Okay. From that, I'm just going to give you a light stretch. Not too much because RockTape already comes pre-stretched. Place it down in the middle, making sure I don't touch the adhesive side of the tape, and just gonna lay down the edges with no stretch whatsoever. Giving it a good rub because RockTape is heat activated. The adhesive is heat activated, which allows you to swim, sweat, shower, wear it for up to a couple of days. Check with your medical provider whether or not you should be wearing it for a prolonged time. And as always, use common sense. If it itches, if it hurts, if it burns, take it off.